here at Forest Hill, South Jackson Stadium. Well, we're here with the big man camp as you see, so we serve. See the big man camp by Punishment Athletic, middle school camp, teach some middle school athletes about football, keep them ready. Now, some individuals probably look at the linemen and say that, hey, they this, they that, but you got to look at linemen now because of what's going on. Now, when you see some linemen are not that important, however, but they are. Linemen are very important to the game of football because they are protecting the investment, as such that, as we say, they're protecting the investment, they're protecting the quarterback, they're protecting everyone else. They're opening up holes for offensive linemen. So, yes, the linemen are the very most important individuals. Emphasis on. But again, this is part of what's going on. But we know how we go live with Facebook. This is what we get. But again, we get live at Forest Hill, South Jackson Stadium. Maybe you can probably hear something going on. You may hear a whole lot of talking and chitter chatter going on, but just enjoy. That's all I can say. Main thing is just enjoy what's going on. Turn up that camera on so that they can definitely hear exactly what's going on with some of the campers. Now, I know that there's a lot going on right now. You may hear my phone pinging and buzzing. You may hear me walking around. So just kind of just work with me as we move around. I'm at this camp, uh, working along. Just in talking football. I know you can hear some of the coaches going on with all this chitter chatter, pitter patter, all this good stuff. But it is a good opportunity for, especially here in the city of Jackson. Again, we're in South Jackson on the campus of Forest Hill High School. We're at South Jackson Stadium. Now, some people, as a graduate of Forest Hill, I'm gonna say it's Forest Hill Stadium, but they have to state that it is South Jackson Stadium because of the location. So it's not, it doesn't belong to Forest Hill, but we want it to be part of Forest Hill. But they say it is South Jackson Stadium. So you're gonna see me get up and move around a lot because I'm gonna go out there and take some live shots and photos and stuff and see what's going on. Then we'll come be calling back and forth. You may catch me sometimes do some interviews as well with some coaches, some athletes, some players, see what's their thought, how they feel about this camp and what's going on and what they've learned. Again, we're here live at South Jackson Stadium on the campus of Forest Hill High School at Punish Athletic 2021 Big Man Camp for middle school. Again, this is definitely best when you need to test the young athletes that when they're at this age. Because as we develop some athletes that they may get to this high school year and then they may flourish. Now, what do you think what type of athlete they would have been if they were taught it at an early age? And so right now, this is a good opportunity to test the student athletes at this early age and if they're young, if they're energetic, if they're ready to move. So this is the opportunity to definitely test and see exactly what's going on at an early age. I'm gonna try to see if I can get interviews with my good friend, Mr. Sutton, who is the father of Frank Sutton Jr., Mr. Judge Pastor Frank Sutton Sr. Now, I know he is assisting his son and we put this camp together. However, that's showing that the type of family atmosphere that they have. Now, I've known the Sutton family for quite some time. They've helped me out a lot, too. And so, why not just return a favor and definitely help out the family? I said they helped me out a whole lot as well. Now, the Sutton family has been a big help in the West Jackson community, especially that's exactly what we grew up in the West Jackson community. So why not definitely return a favor that they have helped you out? So now why not about to help them out? It's all about helping each other out. Just like I stated earlier in my morning devotion that things that you do that you're doing for the Lord. So that's what I'm here for. I'm working for the Lord as to help out these campers and help out the Southern family, what they're trying to do there and support the community that support their son. So why not come out and support them as well? Because again, they played a very integral part in my life and been supporting me and for the things that I've done.
And I know you may hear some transitioning going on around. That's me moving around trying to get some things together. Yeah, here we go. All right, now I got my headset on, so hopefully everything definitely works well. And I know you might hear the feedback because we got this here. Make sure that the sound is coming through on this. Again, you're more on the road. I'm here at South Jackson Stadium on the campus of Forest Hill High School. That's the reason why it wasn't on. I'm on the campus of Forest Hill High School, home of the Forest Hill Patriots. That could be a good reason why you want to get really hear me, but you did hear me from some of the sound what was going on. But again, you may see me do a lot of moving around because I'm definitely trying to get some things together. But work with me and work with me. Again, we're here at South Jackson Stadium on the campus of Forest Hill High School at the Big Man Punishment Athletics, Punish Athletics Big Man Camp, teaching these young men how to good footwork and good skills to be offensive lineman. Now, again, offensive lineman and defensive lineman is the very important part of the football game because of if the lineman is not blocking, if the quarterback is not being protected, and the holes are not being opened up for the running back or whomever, you will not get the best production. And then as the defensive lineman being very productive and they're disrupting the offensive line, they're clogging up holes, they're making the defense very strong, and it's going to be hard for the offense to be productive. So lineman is very important in the game of football, but sometimes we take it for granted. But however, we want to look at the quarterback, what type of quarterback we have. We want to look at the running back, we want to look at the receiver. But the lineman, if you have one of the best quarterbacks in the world back there up under the center, but you have an offensive line that can't block, what's the use? It's going to be useless. So now, again, you probably see me do a lot of moving around, but we're trying to get some things together. What's going on here at the camp? Try to get some good views and stuff, so you may see my camera go up and down. So again, just work with me, work with me. So I know you hear Mr. Judge Sutton over there. I'm calling Judge Sutton because that's the year. So you may see the camera go up and down. Again, we're doing some work as we go. I know you probably hear a few of the coaches out there, chitter chatting. Again, that's one of my coaches out there, Coach Carl Roberts. Let me see if I can get some interview with Judge Sutton. Hopefully he'll come out and talk to me for a while. Now I know that he's going to be very excited once you talk to him, but he is what he is. So let me see if I can get his attention. I know, excuse me, from yelling at the mic. So again, got my good friend Judge Sutton finna come over here and join us. Just said a little few things to my father. Step on that side so I can get you on camera.
All right.
Put the lapel mic on.
All right. Make sure you make me look small.
No, you better go. Don't get too close to the camera. Stand in front of this camera, right here.
Right here.
Yes, sir. That's good. Again, we got Mr. Frank Sutton Sr. here. How you doing today, Judge?
Wonderful. If it get any better, I don't know what to do. It's just a blessed day. Started off a little wet, damp, and it is, but this is good football weather. So I'm just so awesomely happy about how the athletic director for JPS, Darryl Jones, is out here helping the young up-and-coming coaches in the city of Jackson, Kirksey Middle School to be specific, with the help from the other former players that play NFL. There's some collegiately. But it's just a wonderful day. I'm glad to be out here, and my job is to sit back and do whatever I'm told to do.
That is, well, Coach, I'm calling you Coach. With Judge Sutton, you had an opportunity to actually play on this field
Oh, yeah.
back in high school.
Back at this school, yes. We Forest Hill Rebels then. And I was blessed to play it only 2 years and became All-State, first team All-State here, and play basketball as well. This is a good place, a good heritage aspect for me. We have all of my lineage come through my brother, my sister, my kids, my family has, we became from Forest Hill. And it's made an awesome mark in our lives.
Yes, sir, I really do have coach. I mean, I'm still calling you coach, but I'm just gonna call you coach. Mr. Sutton, I know that you guys play a very important part in the community, especially within the city of Jackson and Hinds County. And then doing this camp for free, is it still the same way? Continuously giving back. What started you to do things back in the community? What led it? Was it your mother, your father, or whomever, your granddad, or it was just some the way that why? The main reason why.
People, my father, my mother, my grandparents, I watched all them do things in the community, be ministers of the gospel. You give it to the community then, helping people find a better way for living, making better choices. But my part is where I have not forgotten where I've come from. Most people go and they become this and that, they get high acclaim and great statuses, and they forget from which they came. I refuse to do that. So every opportunity I get, we're doing something in the community, and this today, not only done by me, there were some gentlemen that helped do some things, but I told them that I would come out and put some time in. Family means everything, but it's good to do the right thing in the family. But giving back is just part of our nomenclature. That's how we build. That's in our DNA.
Again, you're with More on the Road with Bernard Moore III here on the campus of Forest Hill High School at South Jackson Stadium, talking with Frank Sutton Sr. in reference to the punishing athletics big man camp. Now, you play offensive lineman as well. How important is the offensive lineman to the offense in football?
Without offensive line, you got no offense. Somebody had to take care of the quarterback. Somebody had to escort the running backs to the end zone. Somebody had to be there to get some pancakes. All we ask is that the person on the other side bring some syrup. We provide the pancakes. That is the most awesome, the most underrated, overlooked, yet it pays very well in the NFL to be a good offensive lineman.
I know, I said in my profession, I've talked to a lot of coaches, a lot of scouts, and it's hard sometimes to find a good offensive lineman. And I see now that you're starting these guys off young, middle school. It's a very important part of trying to teach football, especially in the offensive line way, because normally you have some coaches, they just say, just get in somebody's way and just hope let the running back do what he do. Now, how important it is to learn fundamentals at an early age at this stage?
It helps you develop the proper way of doing things so that you don't later on develop bad habits. Teaches you how to make it easy, that which seems to be hard. But yet, the key to the lineman is your footwork and your power. You have to have something on the inside. Coach Gordon used to call it intestinal fortitude. You have to have something on the inside that will allow you to want to push further. And this is one of the best disciplinary tools I've ever seen in life, football. Being a lineman, you have to be disciplined. You can't jump outside. You have to play against tough guys. And offensive linemen have to play a little harder than defense. Defense seems to be a luxury type lineman, but offensive linemen, we are blue collar work, trench work.
well, Mr. Sutton, I heard you say the defensive line. No, they had the luxury of doing whatever. Now, I play defense too. I'm a defensive guy. but the thing is, like I said, it is very important because of they invest a lot of money into the quarterback. Because the first thing that you say when they're asking about the football team, who is the number one person? How's the quarterback? If you got the best quarterback in the world without a good offensive lineman, quarterback is useless. So the most important part, they need to ask how the guys up front.
That's right. You see, the offensive linemen wear Rolexes and drive nice, fancy sports cars being given to them by those real good quarterbacks. If you keep the quarterback on his feet, you'll be able to have a good team. That's what
Well, yes, sir. Well, Mr. Sutton, I really appreciate your time. I know that, like I said, you just said you're not in charge, but you're going to be the main one doing a whole lot of work.
What to do, and I feel being in this position. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for the time. Thank you for your time and effort that you put into the community as well, making us knowledgeable about all of the different things that are changing, the things that are on their way, and the things that you've been able to learn that you can implement in the community.
I'm learning from you guys.
Well, I'm going to pray that
you are, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate your time, Frank. Again, you more on the road. This is Mr. Frank Sutton Sr., who played an integral part of here at Forest Hill High School, as well as transitioned on to Jackson State, as well as went on to spend some time in the NFL. So again, this is very important part of learning about football is here in middle school and sometimes as a teacher and Pee Wee League that you need that opportunity to definitely learn about football at an early age because of it is very important. It is very important to learn at an early age of football to better yourself if you definitely want to go. Now, you may have those very few that may have that opportunity of and flourishing late. May have some individuals that really spark up, as you say, consider like that sophomore, junior season in high school. Then have the opportunity to transition onto the collegiate level, and then they really get along with a good program where they're taught and where they learn about the game of football, and then it helps them be a great player. Now, again, this is very important. Now, it starts off early, but sometimes it may, as they hinder you from doing what you're trying to do. But again, the earlier is better because of now you have a lot of kids. They want to do a lot of different sports. They want to play football. They want to transition to basketball. You have some that want to play baseball. Do any other things within the school. That's good to definitely keep them active. You want to keep your child active. That said, keeping them active definitely keep them out of trouble. However, in playing, being part of sports, it is also teaching good life skills because of the things that I learned in sport, I use them in my everyday life about being a father, being a husband, being a brother, being a productive individual in the community, being a team player. We're doing working on projects like Frank Sutton said. It's a thing that we do in the community, and that's what we have to do within the community is continue to help build the foundation for those to come behind us, and which this is. You see that they work with middle school guys, and they look up to some of the guys. I know I seen a former, actually, there's a lot of former athletes out here. One of the camp instructors was one of my coaches from college, Coach Carl Roberts, and then Frank Sutton Jr. I had the opportunity to work with him while I was a coach here for us at high school as well. And I think he brought a few of his teammates. I know one guy, Bishop, played at Jackson State, who is currently coaching as well. He's a head coach. So you see the teaching that goes on of all good teamwork was build relationships because of a lot of the campers out. I mean, a lot of the counselors and coaches out here all play with Frank Sutton Jr. So again, that what being part of athlete that what it brings. It brings family. It brings unity. Again, I'm out here in this hot sun sweating. As you can see, all the stuff sweating off my face. But again, I'm doing it just definitely being a helpful hand because of again, these guys laid the foundation for individuals like myself. Like I said, Frank, he played at Jackson State as well as Coach Carl Roberts. They built the foundation of me transitioning to Jackson State from Forest High School as well, and have an opportunity to be a part of the history of the late Walter Payton, Jimmy Smith, Jackie Slater, Robert Brazil, uh, Harold Jackson, Chris Barnett, Tim Barnett. So it's a lot of individuals that we can go. Lim Barnett. The list can go on. But during my time, you have the arm of Robert Kent, who is currently coaching. I think indoor football team, and he just won his first game after he just won a championship a few weeks before. So you see what type of family that I know that I'm speaking of Jackson State because of what Jackson State has. Then you have a lot of other successful athletes that are coached right now. Coach Zach Grady, I forgot what school he's coaching at. Chris Jones, who is at Starkville. Robert Jacobs coaching at Raymond High School. What's my receiver name? Michael. God, what was Mike last night? He's coaching back in his hometown. He's actually a basketball coach too. So you see all the coaches that come through Jack State. Again, I'm targeting Jack State because again, that's where I had opportunity to learn, to be mentored by these individuals that I'm following behind. Frank Sutton, Carl Roberts, the late coach Robert Hughes, who was my mentor, who was like a father to me while I was a student athlete at Jack State University, as well as Coach Ben McGee. It's a lot of coaches. Coach Robert Kelly, Coach David Gerald, Coach Darrell Asbury, Coach John Shannon, Coach Braylon Pratt, who I call Aflac. He's down and coaching in Texas, as well as Coach Robert Williams. Again, I learned a lot from a lot of different coaches. Coach Marcus Rogers up at Holmes County. So it's a lot of individuals that I interacted with, that really uh, I learned a lot from. And some people think that the teaching is very useless. And so you see, Mr. Coach Derek Jones just walked by with the cooler in his hand. He's the athletic director for JPS. And again, he's a Jackson State grad. You see how that we come back and support here the individuals with Jackson that had ties, especially ties with Jackson State. Again, there's a lot going on in Jackson right now. It is. It hurts my heart to see sometimes a lot of the youth that are out doing those things. And see, this is what we have youth right now. They're not only just from Jackson, they're from all over, from central Mississippi. I think they said we had somebody from Laurel, if I'm not mistaken, or just listening in. So you see what type of impact that we have within the community is that we just must continue that good work. We must continue that good work as being a productive individual in the community. To know what you have been taught, what you have learned, use it to teach someone else. And that's what I see that these counselors are here doing at this camp, as well as the helping hand here here at Forest Hill High School. Now, again, you finna see me step up way quick a little bit. I'm just finna step up so I can show the helping hand, everybody, about the helping hand that's going on around. So you can see the family, that the mother over there, then all behind all that again, South Jackson Stadium on the campus of Forest Hill High School at Punishing Athletics, big man campus. As you can see, the campers there definitely getting some instruction. Let me tighten it up so you can see exactly what's going on. I know I'm a little far back. But as you can definitely see the campers that really out there look like they're out there and enjoying themselves. I'm sitting in front of the restaurant right now. So this is where I can get power. So don't think that have issues. What's going on? Again, I really appreciate the Sutton family for allowing me to come out here and work with them at this camp. So again, we're doing multiple things. So again, just work with us. Just work with us. Out here having fun. Excuse me, real quick. I get a drink. Yes, I'm out here finding little bulls right now. But it'll be all right. Hey, give me a new headset. My headset. It's having fun right now. Stuck it up there and the kind of coming off of it. But again, you're at More on the Road here at South Jackson Stadium on the campus of Forest Hill High School at Punishing Athletics, O-line, D-line camp, middle school. So this is the first time doing and putting it together. So again, we look like we're going to have a little light forecast. However, God has shown his favor upon his children. He watered the grass again. He watered the seed that has been planted. And now you see that the seed is being pruned and is helping to grow. Again, that's what we're gonna take a look at it as that we saw that God planted the seed, he watered it, and now you're seeing it grow. With the teaching of these individuals, the teaching of the counselors out there helping these young men to better themselves in different football skills. Again, as an offensive lineman, it is very important as an offensive lineman. Some individuals probably look at the lineman and say, "Nah, it's not a very important position." I kind of say that you are incorrect. Now, I had the opportunity to play in tight end. I had the opportunity to play in tight end while in high school. My coach had told me to go down. I was late for practice one day. Again, here at Forest Hill High School. Again, Bernard Moore the third with More on the Road at Forest Hill High School, South Jackson Stadium, home of the Patriots. As we have this Punishing Athletics big man camp, O-line, D-line camp. So again, I had the opportunity to play in here. I played on this field, then play on this turf. However, I definitely would love an opportunity to come out here and play a game on this turf, but I got to get myself together because my knees sometimes will not allow me to do that. But that's a different story for a different day. So again, you may see me looking around, got a whole lot going on right now. But as you can see, what's going on. Uh, Trying to do multiple things at one time, but it is what it is. Definitely got to do what you got to do. But I definitely enjoy the time. Definitely enjoy the time being out here with these guys out here at South Jackson Stadium on the campus of Forest Hill High School for the Punishing Athletic Big Man Camp. I think them. I really appreciate the Sutton family for giving me the opportunity to come out here and just spend some time with them in reference to football and talk about life itself. So again, it's a great opportunity to come out here. Thank you, ma'am. So again, it's just helpful hands all around. No, they're definitely helpful. Again, I really appreciate the Sutton family. I know that their father as well as their mother are in heaven are still praising them for the work that they're doing. I had the opportunity of meeting their father as well as their mother in the neighborhood because they grew up in the same neighborhood we grew up in. Like I said we all matriculated through Forest Hill and had the opportunity to transition up onto Jackson State. I love. Now you may hear me talk a lot about Jackson State, but hey, but that's my school. That's what again helped mentor me to be the individual that I am today. Again, from the different tutelage and mentorship of all the coaches that I encounter, as well as the student athletes that I've encountered. And it looks like we got another Sutton coming through this way over here. He just walking up on down the aisle quick. So I definitely got to get him come over here and run his mouth because again, this is part of the Sutton family. Now I see the uncle. I mean, I see the other brother. Now one of the sisters gonna come on. So yeah, you know I got to get you on there now. You know I got to get you on there. You can step in front of this camera right here, so I can go ahead and run my mouth with it.
I hear you.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Then go ahead and clip it on. All right, we got you. Now we're talking with here with us at South Jack Stadium again. This morning road with Bernard Moore the third, here at South Jack Stadium with Mr. Arthur Sutton. How's it feel to be back home, Mr.
Hey,
Sutton?
man, it's always good to come back home, man. Spend a lot of time down here on the field. Rough 3 years, man. Playing football a bit Forest Hill, man. Going both ways, man. Not coming off the field, but it's good to come back home to see a product of Forest Hill in this area to come back and do something for this school, man. This area, man, it's really needed.
Yes, sir. And no, the house I know, like I said, that's family to you. And I was just talking with Frank Senior in reference to why do this.
Hey, man, you got to do it. Our children don't have anything to do.
Uh huh.
And then there are camps, man, that these kids are not able to go to because they don't have the finances.
Uh huh.
And for him to come out here and man and put his own money and own time in it, him with his dad and his mom and family and everything, man, it means a whole lot.
Uh-huh.
It means a whole lot, man. These kids deserve to have something just like everybody else. They can't go to Ole Miss camp. They can't go to a lot of these other camps that's around. You know, and so I think he's doing a great job in doing what he's doing.
Yeah. Now, how you feel, especially economically disadvantaged for a lot of the individuals, athletes that here are in the Jackson metro area, and do you think that as former JPS athletes, athletics that definitely come back to help put things together like this for you?
Man, that's a great importance. We have a lot of former students who went to Jackson Public Schools who have made it to the pros, who have done a whole lot of things, man, that we need to pour back into our kids. I mean, a lot of them can't go to Madison, they can't go to Pearl, they can't go to Brandon, but why not have something here in your own backyard?
And how supportive is the administration of JPS as well as athletics in the city of Jackson being supportive of the things that you guys are trying to do?
I think it's doing good. You know, our new athletic director, Daryl Jones. I mean, he's doing a lot, man. Daryl Jones has won championships. He has played in Jackson Public School. He has played at Jackson State. He's been to Terry, to Callaway, to Pro. He's been everywhere. So hey, thank God that we have somebody back that really knows us.
Uh-huh.
That would make a whole lot of sense. I mean, he's out here today doing his work, doing his job, helping everybody out, man. I think it's wonderful. If we can get more people to do it, man, it make it better. Then more people will come out here. They got the new field. They're working on a new field. House waiting on the gym. Gym probably should have been ready, but it's not ready. But think about it over here. When it gets ready, we're gonna turn back in there because a lot of folks don't realize the last overall state championship basketball team came out of that basketball gym up under Coach Shelby Watson. His dad, Frank Sutton, Mark Coleman, Joseph McKinley, Matt, all those guys came out here. Kent Knight, Danny Willis, the point guard, they came out of the school. And man, we're glad to pour back into where we came from.
And now, what is something that some of us, our former JPS student athletes, can do to give back? Now, is it something else that some way that we can come together and put together bigger camps as well as even be supportive?
I think, well, since you have a camp that started, why not invest in this one?
Uh-huh.
And let's make this bigger. And let's bring everybody, let's sit down at the table, let's talk and get with the guy who spawned it. it really don't make sense if he has started one, but everybody else try to start their own. Why not come together, make this bigger, then branch out?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my whole thing.
I know, like I said, we have 3 fields that are being operated by JPS. I know this one is on the campus of Forest. I know as former Forest athlete, we say this our field, but they have to label it as South Jackson Stadium.
Ain't no matter, they got to do what they got to do. I served as PTA president, and I was getting ready before my daughter graduated and everything, and going on. I was getting ready to try to get somebody to redo the stands for us. But there's still something that I'm gonna see what they're gonna do, and then after that, then we'll make progress to do what we need to do to move on to make this place better than what it really is.
Yeah, now I heard you mention about Brandon and Clinton and Pearl and Madison Central. The outside schools are outside the area. They can say circling Jackson and Hines County itself. Now you go to their facility. Their facilities are upkept, are nice, and then how do you think that makes our student athletes feel when they travel to see that and they say, well, we can't have this also?
Well, you know, they have even stated that when they came out here, they was thought that the dressing rooms and the field house look a whole lot better than what they are. And think about it, if you build something, you got to keep it updated.
Yes.
You got to keep everything structured and sound. I mean, this place ought to be beautiful. I mean, this paint, it needs painting, a whole lot of stuff. But in due time, I think it'll happen. And even if we got to come together as former students or whatever, we can come out here and get together one Saturday. It won't take us for 2 days to get this thing done up and running like it needs to be. But it takes, like I tell them in the church, it takes a grits, grace, and greenback to keep a church running. And it's going to take the same thing to do with what we're doing now.
I know. Since we want to speak religious right now, I was reading this morning and 1 Corinthians 15, 80s, no, 1 Corinthians 15, 57, 58, and it was speaking of the work that you do. Don't be disappointed or whatever because you're working for the Lord.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever you do, you're doing the work for the Lord because guess what? We are all God's children. This is God's children. This is God's foundation.
I'm glad you said that. My brother pastors Fairfield Missionary Baptist Church, and his theme is it's not about us, it's all about him. When we get to the point where we think everything is focused on us, we're going to lose in this situation. But it takes all of us to do what we need to do. It's all about him. Now, I got that from him.
Yes.
And that's what it is. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some.
Yes, sir.
Think about it. When you're doing it for the right reason, you don't have anything to worry about.
Again, just like I was looking at this morning as we drive here, it was raining. And my thought of that, we planted the seed.
Yeah.
God has watered it. Now it's time for us to prune it.
Look what happened. God give you the increase.
Yes, sir. He pruned it. We're pruning it. We're pruning the seed with the counsels that we have.
Man, it's going to work, man. I appreciate you coming out here doing this, man. And whatever we can do to get it, we're going to make it happen. Then we're going to put on that Shelby Watts basketball shirt.
Yes, sir. We're still working on it. And, but I'm going to tell you this person up front. I really appreciate all the help that you, your brother, and your sister, your mother and father had done for me personally as well as my family. Now, y'all been a very helpful hand to me and the growth that I have, even with Hines County.
I'm going to put it like this in. Eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, nor has entered the hearts of men what God's going to do for you.
Yes, sir.
We're going to make it plain for you. Hey, man, keep doing your great job.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get out here and see what's going on.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, sir.
All right, Doc.
Again, we were just talking with Arthur Sutton. Here at South Jackson Stadium on the campus of the high school for the Punishing Athletics O-line, D-line camp. Again, you see the family. I know you saw on Miss Sutton finger. You saw the JSU championship ring. I see they had the opportunity to win one. During my time at Jackson, I never had one, but I played in one championship game. Played in the inaugural East and West, championship game back in 2000, up under the late Coach Robert Hughes. Man, that was an outstanding game. We lost to Southern Jaguars by one. We lost by one to the Southern Jaguars. Mark Washington was the quarterback. Detroit was the running back. Edward Reese, Brian Darden, Rashad Anderson, Sylvester Moore, those are first rounders. Kenny Bryan, 2'6", who is a JPS product. I played at Callaway High School, went to Hines Community College, and finished his career at Jackson State University. I do some work with Kenny Bryan. I call him 2'6". Then my guy up in Detroit, Michigan, 3'8", Cecil Ford. They had linebacker Edward Reese, another Callaway product, Jason Marshall, Eric Chandler, his younger brother, Michael Chandler. So the list can go on of guys that we still do work with. Even Michael Chandler now is still a coach. I think he's down in Crystal Springs. So you see the relationship that a lot of Jackson State athletes have. No, that's the type of family that we're definitely continuing to try to build while we're here in Jackson. And I give kudos to Coach Prime and his staff for what they're doing there. They're bringing in some outstanding athletes via paper. However, I definitely want to see what they can produce on the field once they have the kickoff classic down at FAMU, Gibbs FAMU in Florida, in the Florida Classic. I would like to share something with you, some information thing about it right now, because I think the details, the things are still being worked, but he mentioned to me it's something that's going to be very, uh, how can I, it's going to be something very interesting to see for the student athletes JPS football game. So I'm gonna hold off on it, and then I have an opportunity to speak with him in reference to it. But now, as you can see, the coach down there on the break right now. Coach is at the Coach Jones is at the providing beverages for the campers and stuff. So let me get me a swig real quick. Again, you see all the help. Again, you see all the help and stuff for things going on. And see, this is some individuals probably look at this as this is being petty. No, it's not being petty.